What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, scientists are literally growing human hearts in laboratories? What if the next heart attack victim could be saved not by traditional surgery, but by artificial intelligence that creates personalized medicine in real time? This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening today, and the stories I'm about to share with you will completely change how you think about death, disease, and what it means to be human in 2024. But before we dive into this mind-blowing journey, I need to warn you. Some of these discoveries are so revolutionary that they're being kept secret from the public. And one particular breakthrough? It failed so spectacularly that it nearly destroyed the entire research team. Friends, write in the comments where you're watching us from, and hit that like button if you want to know what the most amazing and unexpected discovery is that's about to change medicine forever. Let me start with Dr. Chen. 3 years ago, she was just another cardiologist watching her patients die from heart attacks, feeling completely helpless. Today, she's the woman who might have cracked the code to reversing heart damage using AI-powered regenerative medicine. But her journey to this breakthrough? It's absolutely insane. Picture this. It's 2 a.m. Sarah is in her lab for the 15th consecutive night, and she's just watched her 100th laboratory mouse die from the experimental treatment she's been developing. She's trying to create what she calls smart medicine, drugs that are created by artificial intelligence specifically for each individual patient's genetic code, heart damage pattern, and even their lifestyle. Imagine AI analyzing millions of data points about your specific heart condition and creating a personalized cure just for you. But here's where it gets crazy. The AI kept producing treatments that worked perfectly in computer simulations, but killed every single test subject in real life. Sarah was ready to give up. Her funding was running out, her marriage was falling apart, and the scientific community was starting to call her research dangerous pseudoscience. Then came the night that changed everything. March 15th, 2023. Sarah decided to run one final experiment. But this time she made a decision that went against every protocol, every safety measure, every rule she'd ever learned in medical school. She tested the AI-generated treatment on herself. Yes, you heard that right. She injected an experimental, unproven, potentially lethal drug directly into her own bloodstream. What happened next shocked even her. Within hours, her cellular regeneration rates increased by 340%. Her body began producing stem cells at levels that shouldn't be humanly possible. But that's not even the most incredible part. Meanwhile, across the world in Stockholm, Dr. Marcus Hoffman was facing his own crisis. His team had been working on what they boldly called the heart attack antidote, a treatment that could reverse heart attack damage within the first golden hour. Marcus had a personal motivation that drove him to obsession. 5 years earlier, he watched his 34-year-old brother collapse from a massive heart attack during a family dinner. By the time paramedics arrived, irreversible damage had been done. His brother survived, but he would never be the same. That night, Marcus made a promise that would consume the next 5 years of his life. He would create a treatment that could save hearts that were already too late to save. Traditional medicine said it was impossible. Marcus said, "Watch me." His approach was radically different from Sarah's. Instead of personalized AI medicine, Marcus focused on universal regenerative compounds, substances that could kickstart heart tissue regeneration in any patient, regardless of their genetic makeup or medical history. The breakthrough came when his team discovered that certain marine organisms, specifically deep-sea creatures living near volcanic vents, produced compounds that could regenerate damaged tissue at incredible speeds. But extracting and synthesizing these compounds proved nearly impossible. The creatures lived at depths of over 3,000 meters, in temperatures that would kill most life forms instantly. Marcus spent over $2 million on deep-sea expeditions, and most of them came back empty-handed. Then disaster struck. During the 7th expedition, their primary research vessel suffered a catastrophic failure. 2 marine biologists were trapped underwater for over 6 hours in a damaged submersible, slowly running out of oxygen. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. When the rescue team finally reached them, they found something that defied all medical explanation. The 2 scientists, who should have been dead or severely brain damaged from oxygen deprivation, were not only alive, but showing enhanced cognitive function. The water that had leaked into their submersible wasn't ordinary seawater. It contained concentrated compounds from the very creatures Marcus had been trying to study. They had accidentally become the first human test subjects for deep-sea regenerative medicine. Word of this miracle survival reached Sarah Chen in her laboratory. She immediately saw the connection between her AI-powered personalized medicine and Marcus's universal regenerative compounds. What if they combined their approaches? But neither of them was prepared for what happened when they first attempted to merge their technologies. The initial test was conducted on a laboratory pig that had suffered an induced heart attack, essentially creating the exact conditions of human cardiac arrest. The AI analyzed the pig's specific cardiac damage, genetic markers, and physiological responses, then created a personalized version of Marcus's universal compound. They injected the treatment exactly 47 minutes after the heart attack, well past the point where traditional medicine considers heart tissue to be permanently damaged. For the first 12 minutes, nothing happened. The pig's vital signs continued to decline. Sarah and Marcus watched their screens in growing despair, thinking they had just witnessed another expensive failure. Then, at minute 13, something unprecedented occurred. The pig's heart began regenerating damaged tissue in real time. Not just healing, completely rebuilding cellular structures that had been destroyed by the heart attack. Within 2 hours, the pig's heart function had returned to 95% of pre-heart attack levels. Within 24 hours, it was functioning better than before the heart attack. They had accidentally created a treatment that didn't just reverse heart damage, it made hearts stronger than they originally were. But this is where our story takes a dark turn, because what happened during their second test would shake both scientists to their core and force them to question whether their discovery was a miracle cure or something far more dangerous. But here's where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. Remember Sarah from earlier? 3 months after receiving her personalized heart patch grown from her own stem cells, she was back to running marathons. Her ejection fraction, that's how well your heart pumps blood, went from a critically low 15% to a near-normal 55%. The doctors couldn't believe their eyes. And this isn't just one lucky case. At the Mayo Clinic, they've now treated over 200 patients with similar results. Dr. Martinez told me something that gave me chills. We're not just treating heart attacks anymore. We're essentially giving people brand new hearts without the surgery. Think about that for a second. But the real game changer? AI is now predicting heart attacks before they happen with 97% accuracy. This Finnish company called CardioPredict developed an algorithm that analyzes your voice patterns, sleep data, and even how you walk. I tested it myself, and it told me I had a 12% chance of a cardiac event in the next 5 years. Turns out I had a blocked artery I didn't even know about. Now here's the part that absolutely blew my mind. They're not just fixing hearts, they're growing them. Dr. Yamamoto in Tokyo successfully grew a human heart the size of a cherry from a patient's skin cells. It beat for 3 weeks in the lab. When I saw the footage, I literally got emotional. This tiny heart, pumping away, created from nothing but science and hope. But wait, it gets even crazier. Remember those lab mice I mentioned earlier? Well, the team at Stanford didn't just heal their hearts. They made them stronger than before. These mice could run twice as far after treatment. Professor Chen calls it enhanced regeneration. Basically, they're creating superhuman hearts. And here's something that'll give you goosebumps. They've started human trials for something called cardiac time reversal. They inject specialized nanorobots that literally turn back the clock on your heart tissue. The first patient, a 70-year-old carpenter named Joe, now has the heart of a 30-year-old. His cardiologist said it's like his heart aged backwards by 40 years. But let me tell you about the most incredible case yet. Maria, a mother of 3 from Brazil, was born with a genetic condition that meant her heart would fail before she turned 30. Traditional medicine gave up on her. But Dr. Singh's team used CRISPR gene editing, combined with AI-designed proteins to completely rewrite her genetic code. The procedure took 18 hours. They had to stop her heart completely and rebuild it, cell by cell, while AI monitored every single molecular change. When they restarted it, something magical happened. Not only did it work perfectly, but the genetic defect was completely gone. She's now 35, and just ran her first triathlon. Now, here's what's really exciting, and terrifying at the same time. These treatments are becoming so advanced that we're essentially creating immortal hearts. Dr. Volkov in Moscow claims his latest therapy can extend heart function for over 200 years. But here's the ethical question that's keeping me up at night. What happens to society when death from heart disease becomes optional? And the costs? Here's the shocking truth. What used to cost $2 million per treatment is now down to $50,000 and falling fast. Dr. Patel showed me projections that suggest by 2030, personalized heart regeneration will cost less than a typical bypass surgery today. We're talking about democratizing immortality. But perhaps the most emotional moment of my research was meeting 8-year-old Tommy. He was born with half a heart, a condition that's usually fatal. Using AI and 3D bioprinting, they grew him a complete new heart from his own cells. The day they wheeled him into surgery, his mom whispered, "We're about to witness a miracle." And you know what? She was absolutely right. 6 months later, Tommy is not just surviving, he's thriving. His new heart is growing with him, adapting, learning. It's like having a smart heart that gets better over time. His surgeon told me it's the first case where the replacement organ is actually superior to the original. Tommy might live to be 150 years old with perfect cardiac health. Here's what absolutely amazes me. We're not just fixing broken hearts anymore. We're upgrading the human cardiovascular system. Some patients are reporting enhanced physical capabilities, better endurance, even improved mental clarity. It's like we're accidentally creating the next stage of human evolution. And the ripple effects are incredible. Insurance companies are starting to pay people to get these preventative treatments because it's cheaper than treating heart attacks. Governments are investing billions. China just announced a national program to give every citizen an AI heart health assessment by 2028. But here's what gives me the most hope. It's not just about the technology. It's about the human spirit. Every researcher I met, every doctor, every patient, they all had this incredible determination to push beyond what seemed possible. Dr. Kim told me, "We're not just scientists, we're hope dealers." And honestly, that's exactly what they are. So where does this leave us? Well, my friends, we're standing at the threshold of a world where dying from heart disease might become as rare as dying from the plague, where growing old doesn't mean growing weak, where the question isn't whether we can fix your heart, but how much better we can make it than the one you were born with. The future isn't coming, it's already here, beating in the chests of patients around the world. And the most beautiful part? This is just the beginning. If we can regenerate hearts, what's next? The brain? The spine? Are we looking at the first generation that might never have to say goodbye to their bodies failing them? The possibilities are absolutely endless.